case you're going, welcome to the Blair Show. Doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 17 June 2025. About to be turning the tournament. This time a bit more awake. What's going on? Okay. The water. Okay, good. But before that, we have to do a little something. And that little something is buying some module, because now we don't have good skip. Yeah, now we don't have to buy cards, so we're good. The goal is to buy everything and then to merge it, and then we'll see what is the strongest. We have, I got 3 minutes, which is good. Okay, good. This anymore. Okay. Good. Now what we're gonna do is auto merge. Good. Merge, auto merge. We're at 58. We're good. Skip. Okay, good. Now inventory. And inventory. Perfect. And now let's go in the tournament. Shipped. Good. And 56 seconds. Seconds. Perfect. Okay. So we got the 3 tournaments. We're good. Oh, let's go. That's a good idea. Okay. Yeah. So what if you can see the darkest side of me? No one will ever change us anymore. You become how we believe. It's not the real me. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. Je vous ai Max. C'est moi, okay. Your Don't blink, easy blink. Welcome to the show. Doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 17 June 2025 because we're doing well. We have our behind the scene, we have our guitars. Yeah, it didn't charge. It's okay, we'll charge it, no problem. We have our pink lemonade quench. Not my favorite, honestly, but hey, it does what it does. We have a box to open, which is a new air. It's a air climatisé, which is I don't know how you say it in English, but cold air, fresh air. We got a bunch of videos to do, which is kind of cool because if you asked me an hour ago, I didn't have anything. So that's kind of cool. And you know what's even cooler? Starting the day. Holy shit! It is Pimple Valley. let's bump it a couple people because you shouldn't do it because it'll leave mark. But hey, it adds character to the person. And yeah, let's go. It doesn't matter what they say. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink, Cook Up Local Social. Doing well because I'm having a wonderful day. I bring upon you a almost perfect nature corn. It is it's crumb dilly. So I could be talking about for hours, doing an intro, doing what it means to me, but you know what? Just enjoy. Crumb dilly. Okay, good. Now I need to bring you back to charge. It doesn't matter what they say. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Computer Show. Listen, doing well because I are having a wonderful day on this 18, 17 June 2025. Today we're doing an extremely quick recap because I wasn't alone. I was with someone. We did my very first, and yeah, I have lost my virginity in the exact same thing, exact same way that we were talking about, that you were thinking. A little bit of quench pink lemonade. I hope you guys are doing well. So yesterday we had a first screen share party. So watching a movie with someone over the I think it was something duo, an application because she has an iPhone, and we watched a movie, and of course, um, I let her choose a movie, and then she chose a freaking rom com, and I think like, okay, well if you choose a movie, I get to choose another one, and my movie for some reason was 23. Now, 23 isn't a movie that I talk about a lot. It isn't a movie that really marked me as a child, but I want to talk about it, and of course I didn't review it. I didn't. I'm gonna be a spoiler-free review, so just a quick recap, just a quick mentality behind 23. So 23 is what? 23 is a movie with Jim Carrey, a Canadian hero, by the way. Love me some Jim Carrey. I was born in the 90s, so Mr. Carey or Mr. Jim has some extremely close people to him are talking about. Um, it was this crazy movie where there's this guy, right? And he finds a book, or he finds a journal. And the journal talks about how he keeps on seeing. Sorry, but due to today's tournament day, so you're gonna hear me press button a shit ton of time. Um, he's talking about how the number 23 is constantly being there, being there, being there, being there. And then there's this killer. He's seen a movie. I was more looking at her, to be honest, because she was um, wearing a negligee. I was to die for. And he watches the movie, right? And he reads the book. And I didn't pay attention to how it started. But he started seeing this guy who's a murderer, right? This is forget about this story. I was more focused on something else. The principle behind it. So Jim Carrey ends up being the killer. Jim Carrey ends up being a killer, and the reason why I see number 23 because the killer is obsessed with the number 23, and the killer is him. But to me, it's more than that. This is the very first. Um, to me, this was the very first movie or the very first instance of what obsessive, not obsessive, but perception could be, or yeah, obsessing over a subject could be. So, for example, you start seeing the number 23 everywhere. Now, in a fucked up way, there's this logic behind it. There's this logic of this is a number that is important to me. But the most of it is I am looking for it. I am looking, and if I'm looking for it, well, I'm gonna be seeing it everywhere. And as a kid, it blew my mind because it was weird because I was more so well, I'm still, I was more so back then a gamer. And being a gamer meant a lot of things, but being a gamer mostly meant I'm going to focus on gaming. Now, I had an imagination, but even a couple of days ago, we saw clouds, there was a blue sky, and it reminded me of Ocarina of Time. Now, this is a perfect example for visualization. And we did a video last week about visualization of victories before we even started battle. And it was kind of cool because it was kind of cool because I saw this cloud in the sky, and I was thinking about Ocarina of Time. Now you're saying, why is that cool? Well, because I'm thinking about Ocarina of Time and the Nintendo 64, which didn't have the best graphics, had amazing graphics. Now that you think about the limitation of the console, it didn't have the best graphics, and this is it. Or a more recent case of something that blew my fucking mind, and this is one of the smartest things I've ever done, I ever saw. So we're playing Cyberpunk 2077, and I played a game before Cyberpunk Edge Runner, which is a show that came out in 2022. I played Cyberpunk during the pandemic. That was my pandemic game, by the way. The pandemic for me was 6 months. It was 6 months of Cyberpunk. Well, technically not. Technically, it was Nier Automata. It was Cyberpunk. There was another game before. I don't remember what it is. Trail of Cold, which I didn't like. I didn't get a chance. And some of the alchemy, some of the um, what is it? Atelier. Yeah, Atelier. Yeah. Which is alchemy. And in Cyberpunk, I played again, and then I saw the series. Then I started streaming Cyberpunk, and there's this spot where the song "So Let It Go," and it was so nice because you don't really think that's gonna be in the game because it wasn't in the game before, or maybe it was in the game and you just didn't notice it. But how you now have an emotional attachment to it. Emotional attachment is the same thing as, and this is ADHD speaking, that there is a clear bond, a clear link in between the two. You have an emotional attachment to the letter, to the number 2023, right? You have an emotional attachment to the visual of the game. Is when you see it, when you're obsessed with it, you're kind of searching for it, right? And you're searching for it for the wrong reason or for the right reason. As for me, Ocarina of Time is a very calming game. So when I see this, it's very calming. It's very appeasing. Phone is too hot. This is gonna be a problem for sure. Yeah, it's hot today. 22 degrees, and the battery's leaving like crazy. Right at my interview, so nurse about that. So all of this to say, if you're looking for something, you'll find it. Now, I know what you're saying. Inch, this is a cool video, which I'm grateful that you say that. Thank you so much. But what gives? What's the plot of this video? What's the point of this video? Oh, the point of this video is actually quite simple. The point of this video is, hey, if I'm looking for something and I'm seeing it more often, am I creating them or am I creating them or are they appearing because and or they were always there? And this is kind of important. So for example, right, with the sky, it's gonna be a couple of clouds. If you look here, there's no cloud, right? If you do look here, there's a lot of cloud. So if I was to be looking for that emotion, I would look there instead of here. If the number 23 again means something, then I would be making the number 23. Now that's the craziest thing. The craziest thing is that if it's something and you do the quick math in your head, right? Even subconsciously you do the quick math, and any single equation or every single thing that doesn't give me a certain number, I'll avoid it. I'll hyper focus on a specific situation that appeases me. So then, with the obsession, you ask yourself the question, which is the point of this video. If I'm obsessing over something, am I looking for it, or is is it actually always been there? And if I'm looking for it, am I able to push the truth into a point where I'm creating it, right? For example, we'll take another example, right? We're taking a oasis in the middle of the desert, which is a visual hallucination, and it's mostly water. So why is it mostly water? Because you're thirsty, right? Because it's warm. Because you feel that you're gonna be dehydrated. So you're having these perception. But if you had no vision, and the vision was created by a warm temperature, why would it always be the same thing? Why would we always see an oasis? Why would anybody do this? Why, as kids, are we creating imaginary friends? Is it because we're lonely, right? And those friends are really real. Those friends are really real for us, and we're creating imaginary friends, and they serve a purpose because we're lonely. But what if this was the natural cause of having imagination, but also having a social aspect? So, for example, got this kid, right, who is seeing all his friends with brother and sister, doesn't have a brother and sister, and he creates an imaginary friend because his imaginary friends serve as a social aspect to it. But it's also a need. So, for example, my need to feed myself, my need to drink water or drink anything at all. When I'm hungry, something will taste better. Right? You go to the grocery store when you're hungry, you'll increase your spending by a lot. When you go to Costco, right? When you go to Costco and they give you all of those samples, like, ma'am, I don't know your fucking name, but you're so kind. Thank you so much for said sample. The reason why you're doing that is because you are eating, and because you're eating small snacks, your hunger starts because your brain is getting signal of, hey, it's a time to eat, it's time to eat, let's eat. And you're feeding him these morsels. So the fun fact is, when you eat, right, and you start chewing, you start digesting. The smaller the portion, the quicker you digest. When you're digesting, you're like, yeah, well, this didn't feed me, this didn't fulfill me, so I'm looking for more. When you go to a bar, right, and they give you free nuts, right, it's salted. It is salted. The most interesting thing in marketing is when they have shrinks, and those shrinks are seemingly, they're seemingly using your psyche against you. You know, like I said, imagine the kid, right? Imagine the kid. This is the craziest thing. Imagine the kid, well, imagine our friend, right? And now, those friends. See, this is insane, and this dates back from a while, and this is how we got like kind of enslaved to capitalism at a very young age, and this is very dangerous. See, did I get all that from the movie 2023? No, no, but still, it's the genesis of everything. Um, so you have this kid who has a lot of imagination, right? And he says, next to me there's this guy called Emmanuel, and Emmanuel is my imaginary friends, right? And there are these kids that have a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less, if you will, you have a little bit less. This is kind of fucked up if you think about it. It wasn't a big video, but now it is. He had a little bit less. Sorry guys, the phone overheated. And we're back for part two. Don't like it, your blessing. Welcome to the Doctor Show. I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day. I am so sorry, the phone overheated. It is 29 degrees outside, so it's kind of normal. Plus, we're doing two things, which is the tower and filming. The tower and filming. So it is kind of normal. Now, coming back to it. If you have a kid that has less imagination, and the worst thing is today's a good ADHD day, so I'm supposed to make a lot of content. Um, you can buy him right a toy. So for example, right? For example, now this was the '90s because I was born in the '90s, right? For example, they call me Elmo, and they call me Elmo would talk, right? Of course, it was a battery, of course, it was a program, but for the kid, it would talk, right? It would talk. That was kind of fantastic because like holy shit, this is so cool. This is really alive, right? And when I was a kid, we had less financial means. My father has more financial needs than my mom. My father was like, "You're old enough. You're 4 years old. You're a man." Classic '90s dad. You don't need toys. My mom, however, she was like, "Hey, there's this stuffies, and if you talk to him, I'll listen to you. And I'm like, this is bullshit. He's not gonna talk to me. I trust my mom, so holy shit, maybe you are alive. Now, I know what you're saying. I think this is far fetched. Is it? Is it? Because if you remember the 90s, you kind of remember a couple of movies, right? So you would remember Spaceball, you would remember Toy Story. Wait a second. Toy Story, where toys were alive. Wait a second. And then, even then, you said, okay, well, what if you weren't born in the 90s? That's a good question. If you were born a bit earlier, you would remember Chucky, which is a child play doll that's possessed, but still a doll that talks. See? Now, this whole video, which is fucking long, served one purpose. What if you became so obsessed that you saw something that wasn't there? What if the reason why you saw something that wasn't there was because you had a need? And what if a company or a marketing thing could control those needs? And this would be financial domination. Now, why is that bad? Because in the case of toys, right, you're dominating kids and you're introducing them to capitalism. I need the next toys, I need the next game, I need the next console, right? And you're not really teaching them the value of money, right? Now, I know what you're saying, ain't their kids, how can they learn the value of money? Well, even if they did learn the value of money, there's not a reason for it. Because when you think about it, this value of money serves only one purpose. That one purpose is disgusting. This one purpose is you have this general idea of what money means, but you don't understand things like inflation, and you don't understand how the rich really, how much money they really have. And you don't understand that no matter how much you save, you'll never accomplish the biggest dream. You'll never be close to them. So you're giving this idea or this concept that you understand. You understand something akin to finance, but you don't. You don't. Now you might say, yeah, but you can inform yourself. Like for example, actions. Yeah, but actions are moved by millionaires. The action of bitcoins. You can understand Bitcoin, but how many of us got lucky and sold Bitcoin with the right time, versus how many didn't sell and lost everything? You know, and it's kind of crazy. This is how powerful subconscious is. Food for thought. Food for subconscious. Don't blink, it's your brain. Welcome to the show. Feeling well because I'm having a wonderful day today on this 18th of June 2025. No neighbors screaming, that's awesome. And I'm talking about my neighbors because this is the video that is supposed to be. If you guys are following the channel, you know that every single day. And it's so bad because I'm telling you that every single day is like a new story or it is a life. And honestly, this is going to be part of a lot of the videos tonight. Today's a good ADHD day, which means that I have a lot of focus and a lot of ideas, which is great. It served a couple purpose, and that couple purpose is a train of thought, which is work again, because I made a video yesterday and this morning about how it was the thing that I focused on the most. Because we focused on the most, everything that I was thinking about or talking about was work. With my neighbors yesterday, if you saw the video, maybe you didn't, I had them stream, and I reached a breaking point where every single day I'm getting insulted, I'm getting, but it lasts for more than 1 hour. If it was one comment, don't care. If it was multiple comments, I would care. So then, why are we doing this? Like, I kind of find a way to manipulate, and to manipulate the situation, manipulate them, and manipulate myself in some ways. You see, I thought about it a lot because yesterday I was tearing up because they just went too far. They just went too far. The worst thing was I watched the video again, and this guy is insulting, and he's giving me shit, and he's asking for a response. He's gonna say hello. He's asking for a response. Then I'm answering him, and then he starts. Then after that, when I raise my tone, the pussy started talking about, oh no, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to other neighbors. Yeah, but if you were talking to other neighbors, why did you talk to me when I answered you? You only had to say the following: I'm not talking to you. So yesterday I was talking about how hard it was because I feel like pushing back. I got all this anger to deal with, and it's just bad. But I was like, no. You don't have to go to the level. What is a way to keep being yourself, right, and to do so? See, now this is the interesting part. This is where the Machiavellic, the vendetta comes in, the army mentality. I'm not in the army, but I watched Army movie 12 years ago, so kind of know what I'm talking about. See, we did something that was really good, and we ignored them, right? But now they think that I'm gonna ignore them. What if I started to listen to some radio, to some videos, to some music? Now, technically speaking, they'll know that I'm here because they'll hear my voice, but they know I'm gonna be hearing music. I'm gonna be avoiding them, avoiding them, avoiding them. See, the trick is still this. The trick has always been that they're gonna get so annoying, they're gonna get so vile, so violent. Things like "I'm gonna kill you," which they said, and I got on camera. People are gonna be like, "Yo, these names are crazy. We gotta get out of here," you know. So it's egging them on without egging them on, not answering, avoiding them, but also listening to music, right? And then I know what you're saying. This is not the best way to solve your problem. It isn't. The best way to solve your problem is to go to them and say, "Hey, it made me feel this way when you did this. It made me feel this way when you did that." But I've learned from past experience that some people cannot be agreed with. Now, did you hear them? No. Did you hear? I made a video this morning. It was 8 o'clock. Did you hear them? No. They're just like that when you're drinking. Not saying they, because the husband possibly is the same, but it's just when they're drinking. So what if I was to say like, "Yo, if you don't change, you're a cool person. I'm gonna annoy you." See, when I had this bully at work, he was stressed. He was stressed about the situation at home, and he took it out on me, right? Which wasn't cool, but I understood. These people, they drinking, so they take it out on anybody. I'm just here on the balcony. If they were on the balcony, they would give them shit. If they were on the balcony, they would give them shit. If they were on the balcony, they would give them shit. You know, I just happen to be the one. So by listening to music, we're solving a couple problems. We're ignoring them. We're not letting them affect us, and they get to spill their venom, and it doesn't bother me at all because I don't want to hear them. Now, there's a couple of things with that. In a perfect world, this is a solution where we're both happy. They get to be assholes. I get to be happy. Right? I'm not gonna be able to fix everybody. There's assholes in the world. See, what if those assholes what we're speaking speaking we're living one we're living one shooter. It would be somebody else. It happens to me, but it could happen to anybody else. So it's just that it's solving problems. And I'm not able to solve everybody. However, I can't I shouldn't let it affect myself. I swear to God, this is not planned. I did not plan for them to talk. I thought there was purpose. Stop thinking. Again, the phone is too hot. The phone is too hot. Lost in time, trying to save the world. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Tomorrow you go in the garbage, bro. It doesn't matter. Sorry, wait a second. Sorry guys, the phone's overheats. Because it's really warm outside. Just finished this video, part 2 of Dark Psychology iPhones. You see, I was saying, stop thinking that you can solve every single problem. Stop thinking that you can solve every single problem, and stop being nice to people who don't deserve it. Right? Your sanity, your own health, it's worth so much more than just situation. There are situations that are happening that happened um, where I was like, dude, this is pointless. I'm getting into a fight and this is so pointless, right? And I'm like, what's the point, right? And you, oh my god, I'm the same. So that spot 4 is us, and spot 5 is Sword. And yes, you could say like, oh my god, I'm gonna should have stopped it, but let it run its course. People are gonna get mad at you forever. People are gonna be mad at you. People are gonna be resentful towards you forever. If in your heart of heart you feel like you did nothing wrong, you did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. Anyway, on enough video. I am so sorry this is part 2. It overeats. Don't blink is going over the commercial. Doing well on this 18 June 2025. Today we're having a specific subject. I'm excited to talk about stuff because today is a good ADHD day. So a good ADHD day is a positive video, and this is why I'm going to talk to you guys. Last week we talked about how we had bad ADHD day and how it fucked us over, right? And a today, with like today, and it's such a beautiful thing because it's a clear evolution, it's a clear raise in maturity, there's a lot of great things that's going on. And one of those great things is last week I did a video on, oh well, I pissed because I missed the boarding because it was too hot. The phone right now has been overheating twice. And we've been filming for 47 minutes and it's been overheating twice. It is 29 degrees outside, so it's very hot. The phone overheats because we play the tower. Now, if I didn't play the tower, the phone wouldn't overheat. If I didn't play the tower, then I wouldn't be filming as much, would I? So, understanding that I cannot do anything about it, why am I gonna get mad, right? Today was a self control. I came in this morning and talked about how weird it was to not have a video ID, and then I was talking about work, and I was like, okay, well, this is because of work because we're focusing more on work. Now we didn't have any other IDs, but what I did was thought about what I feel like talking about today. What do I feel like talking about right now? And the coolest thing that happened was I went and got some videos that I wrote. Ideas for video that I wrote a while ago. We wrote them a long ass time ago. And I was like, okay, well, this is a good idea. And then I took two of them, and then the rest is strictly in my head. You know? So there's hope. There is hope. There is way to improve everything. There's way to solve everything. And to me, this is so refreshing, you know? I don't like how little things affect me. I don't like how the weather affects me. I don't like how not making content affects me. You know, I'm talking about the work, but I'm kind of nervous because I know it's gonna affect me in one way or the others. Look at how nice this is. Every single cloud is gray, except for this one, which somehow stand the thick of time. It's just a good feeling to be kind of in control. Kind of in control. In control of what? In control of your own mind, but in control of your own reality. I have these things in my life that are supposed to affect me. How do they affect me is up to me. Are they affecting me greatly? Did I allow them to affect me greatly? Or are they affecting me slowly? And they're affecting me slowly. For example, right now, I know this phone is going to overeat in about 4 minutes if I'm lucky. So am I trying to hurry the video up? No, but I'm trying to be more concise. Know that I don't have ID. Now, of course, I don't get to explain my point of view a lot. I mean, that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing to keep those videos short. And even though I'll pretend like, oh yeah, I want to do more short videos. This is because of the heat. This is a good thing. The fact that we don't have any ID or no plans tonight was a chance for me to go out of the comfort zone to the big subject that I didn't prepare the day before. That I didn't prepare playing in video games. There are ideas that are just there because I was like, you know what? Let's take care of something. Let's do something. And I think this is beautiful. I think being in control. This is what's going on. The feeling of being in control is magical. I feel like everybody expect themselves to be in control, but actually being in control of your own life is a luxury. For example, well, I haven't signed with my girlfriend, and I don't know what to do. First of all, second of all, well, you know, at work it's not really going well. Third of all, well, you know, I'm getting a lot of bills. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay them. My mom, yesterday, they had a meeting, right? Not a board meeting, but she had a condo, and every single people in the condo, they had a meeting yesterday, and that meeting was like, hey, the elevator is broken. It's been broken for years, and they were like, well, we don't have the money to fix it, so what are we gonna do? And my mom was like, Steph, I don't know I might be selling the condos, right? And in my mind, like, and she was talking to me about what she wanted to do, like, if it was okay, she sold the condo, and I'm like, mom, as long as you're happy, it's your choice, you know. Technically speaking, selling the condo is a shame because you spend so much time buying the condo, you pay interest in the bank to buy the condo. So yes, your value of your condo raised, the value of your condo ups in value, increase, sorry. But at the same time, you're still again, you know, it's not the best choice. But however, if it's her choice, and if she doesn't want to have to deal, losing a couple of $1,000 can be worth not having a headache, right? Or in the same way, if she wants to sell it, that's her choice. If for her selling the condo is a way of controlling things, this is is amazing. And a lot of people will see this and say, "Oh, this is giving up." Is it giving up? You don't want to deal with a problem. Now, she didn't tell me about a problem. What if there was a problem and it constantly happens, right? Now, in this apartment, I live close to everything. I live close to all of this stuff. All the groceries, all my father, the lake shore, my work, my possible work. I'm 20 minutes away, which is great. Um, it's a bit further than expected, but it's a bit further than expected because it's further than my other job, but still. Um, and it just goes to show that, holy shit, you know, because of loud ass neighbors and disrespectful neighbors, nothing about leaving this complex, right? Now, is that in control? No, you're allowing people to get in your head. Being in control, just like ADHD, a good ADHD, is it how everything around you affects you. I could the fear is that I could only work or only like be like that when I have a good ADHD day, and when I don't have a good one, or when I have a normal one, or when I have a bad one, but oof, you know. But it's not the case. However, me being able to take advantage of a positive situation isn't not being in control, is jumping and diving in. See, wanting to be in control of the situation could be a negative things when you're pushing too much to have this control. You don't allow life to be. For example, it's this chick, right? And this chicks, and you're looking for. I prefer red hair, to be honest. Ginger, because I don't know. To me, it's attractive. And you have those red hair, and you're like, holy shit, this is kind of nuts. This is kind of special, right? And you just go in, and if you're looking for that, not allowing yourself to meet a brunette that could be your wife, or a blonde that could be the mother of your children, and because they're trying to be in control, right? Now with the ADHD, that's the same thing. If I'm only looking to work on nice day, then I'm passing events, right? How many parties that I passed out, and how many of those I was supposed to go? If you follow faith, so faith, a lot of people think it's one way. It's destiny. No matter what you do, no matter what you do, it's one way or the highway. It was all written. I can take these sticks, these chopsticks, and stick it in my eyes as a complete sense of defiance to something called destiny. But what if destiny wasn't as simple as that? What if there was two types of destiny? Like there's a whole lifeline if you went to the party, and there's a whole lifeline if you didn't go to the party. Then you're talking about multiverse, right? You're talking about multiverse where this event happened and this event didn't happen, and a rift in the fabric of time where there's two reality, right? Now with the good day and the bad day, this is the exact same. This is the exact same. Today was a good day, so he worked hard. Today was a bad day, so he didn't work hard. But what if we switch that a little bit? This was a good day, so he worked normally. It was a bad day, so he worked normally. Just that little shift changes everything. Because it changes everything, it makes you wonder just how precise things have to be. And to me, that's mind blowing. To me, that's worth talking about. Right? Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Hello, Linky. It's your brain. Welcome to the line. Visiting Marcus are having a wonderful day on this 18th June 2025. Today we're talking about a video for the gaming channel, so welcome to Gaming Minute Like Gaming. Welcome gamers. We are talking about my first talk of the Diofield Chronicle. The Diofield Chronicle is a strategy battle. It's a game we started this morning. We have played the game for 2 hours and a half. Now, my first opinion is quite bittersweet, to be honest. I think the game is phenomenal. I think the concept is really cool. The fact that we have power, the fact that we have a cast, the fact that the graphics are phenomenal. The story feels, for fuck's sakes, my tablet closed because it didn't charge, which sucks.